we are bringing back Curtsy's Corner. Now, folks, this last weekend, it was a tale on one side of a missed opportunity, and on the other side of that same coin, an opportunity seized. As you can recall, the original matchup slated for UFC 293 in the main event was DDP, was Dricus Du Plesis taking on Israel Adesanya. Du Plesis sustained an injury in preparation for that fight, has to pull out. So with only weeks' notice, with only a short amount of time for that fight to be made to happen, Sean Strickland stepped in. Now, Dricus, by that logic, if you will, you would think is the next guy in line, right? Or is the top contender for the title shot. But I think that Dricus not fighting last weekend just put his title shot hopes on ice for at least a year. Let me tell you why. Because I know that there's some people that are already pinning their ears back and they're gunning to come after me for this one, but it's true. Again, let me tell you why. First of all, Dana has already floated the idea of Izzy getting an immediate rematch with Strickland, and based off of the booking schedule, if that fight were to be the one that happens next for Strickland as the champion, that fight is not going to come to fruition until mid Q1 to Q2 of 2024. They're already booked out that far at this point, and you have to keep in mind the few weeks off during the holidays. Second, y'all must have forgot about the big bad wolf who is ready to huff puff and blow this house of dreams down for Dricus Du Plesis. Next month at UFC 294, you have Khamzat Chimaev taking on Paulo Costa in Abu Dhabi. Now, if Khamzat comes out and wins in impressive fashion, you can count on it that he will leapfrog that line of contenders. I am putting that on the record right now. If Khamzat goes out there and if he runs through Paulo the way that he has everybody else, he will get that next title shot. I can hear the whiners now. Paulo isn't the number one contender. Since when has that mattered? This isn't a straight up meritocracy, people. This is a business. For the same reason why someone like Sugar Sean O'Malley got the bump, Khamzat will get the bump. He moves the needle because he is a draw and does numbers. Again, this is a business, folks. It's just the profile and the awareness between the two. Dricus is down here. Khamzat is up here. That's just the nature of what their profile is. Now, on the flip side of that matchup at UFC 294, if Costa were to go out there and derail Khamzat's hype train, he is immediately inserted back into the title discussion. You say, Curtsy, how? When his only win before this fight against Khamzat was against a out-of-retirement Luke Rockhold. Well, first and foremost, that was a scrap from start to finish against Luke Rockhold, who is a former champion. Keep that in mind. But if we look at how Dricus got the push to get into that top contender spot against Izzy, it was their personal feud that fueled that fire. Dricus leaped that line of contenders because he had Izzy's attention. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess who has beef with the current champ? Paulo Costa. So, for all the reasons why Dricus got the bump initially, Paulo could get that same bump to the front of the line because of that feud and the tension that he has with Sean Strickland. And if the UFC decides to give Sean a little bit of a reward, as they have with certain champions in the past, and kind of give them the matchup that they want, that is on the table right then and there. So again, that puts guys like Dricus further down the chain. It is, in my prediction, that one way or the other, we're likely going to see a title eliminator fight at some point between Dricus and Jared Cannonier. Narratives matter, and they do now more than ever. For more on that, stick around after the break, folks, as we go 3 rounds to close out the hour. We're also going to give a chat with the Fan Cave people. I'm Jordan Kurtz here with the MMA Plug presented by the Fan Cave on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That helps us continue to produce this original MMA content and bring it for you every single week. Tune in to the MMA Plug presented by Fan Cave on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio.